And now, the general weather around Alaska.
We've got a few warnings out here for the eastern Arctic coast. Blizzard warning out for heavy snow and wind and whiteout conditions up there. And a winter storm warning out, St. Lawrence Island, Yukon Delta, Kuskokwim Delta, Nunivak Island. And that's also for heavy wind and snow with gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour. And from there, the vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere, also known as the spring solstice, or no, the spring equinox. Anyway, about 12-hour day lengths across the planet here now, and that starts at 7:06 p.m. tomorrow evening. So today, actually the March 18th being the last full day of winter, and the first full day of spring, spring will be on March 20th. From there, going into satellite imagery, you can see some cloudiness spreading into the southeast coast, a band here over the eastern interior down in toward Yakutat, and a lot of moisture spreading up in across the southeast Bering Sea, and with some high stuff spreading inland over the southwest interior, and cloudiness up along the Arctic coast with some areas of light snow up there, but nothing too significant at all up in that area. Actually, Kaktovik reporting clear skies with several mile visibility and haze there. Otherwise, cold air again coming southward here. Farther to the west now as the pattern's retrograding, the cold pool of air that's been over the Bering Sea shifting westward, allowing the warmer air to come up from the south. And snow changing to rain and ended over the Pribilof Islands this afternoon. Temperatures rising into the mid-30s there, much higher than it was just 24 hours ago. Rain and gusty winds here for the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula. Rolling this through again, you can see how that's spreading northward and will continue to do so over the next couple of days there, as actually several low centers will develop and move northward here over the eastern Bering Sea. On the chart today, first one here, low center still south of Atka Island, but the front well to the north, passing the Pribilofs earlier this afternoon with diminishing winds and again the precipitation ending there and temperatures rising above freezing into the mid-30s. Rain with gusty winds anywhere from 45 to 55 miles an hour with a 55-mile-an-hour wind gust recorded at Cold Bay, and winds again 40 to 60 miles an hour, especially along the coastal areas, the exposed areas like Cape Newenham, Platinum, and on up to Cape Romanzoff and those areas with snow on the increase there as that moisture starts to push inland a little bit there. Clearing out here over the western interior, Kodiak Island into southern Cook Inlet, seeing quite a bit of clearing and sunshine this afternoon. A trough right through here. This is actually signifying an upper level trough that's pushing northeastward. Brought the light snow and flurries over south central Alaska today. That's up into the interior there. Developing high pressure at the surface over the Yukon Flats, and then areas of snow, Koyukuk Valley up across the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, but that all on the very light side. And rain here along the North Gulf Coast, actually as far west as Portage today in toward Whittier, and extending into the northern panhandle with scattered showers down to the south. And for tonight, high pressure starts to take over in the interior here, especially on the east side. Light winds, clearing skies. Any precipitation that's going on now will end, and should be dry conditions right on down into the North Gulf Coast. A few lingering showers along the south coast of the Panhandle with that trough there, and all the storminess now into the Bering Sea, and snow and blowing snow shifting northward here and ending farther to the south. So later tonight it'll end over the Kuskokwim Delta area, maybe even some clearing for Bristol Bay, but still pretty gusty winds through this area, with snow and blowing snow up across Norton Sound into the southern Seward Peninsula of Bering Strait back into St. Lawrence Island. Northerly winds should drop the snow levels low enough for snow for ADAG and kind of a mix for Atka, but rain for the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula with possible wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, that system into the north central Bering Sea, warm front shifting northwestward there, so precipitation isn't going to make it too much farther to the east here, cutting off right along the Kuskokwim Mountains tomorrow. And periods of rain, gusty winds continue for the Alaska Peninsula through the afternoon. Rain and snow showers for the eastern Aleutians, and then a break here over the western central Aleutians as a next weak front approaches from the south. Interior areas, pretty nice day tomorrow with partly to mostly sunny skies from the Arctic coast all the way down into south central Alaska. Variably cloudy for Kodiak Island up into the Kuskokwim Valley with a few sun breaks there. Mostly clear for the North Gulf Coast, Copper River Basin, from Yakutat right on down toward the southern panhandle. Mostly sunny skies there. A few more clouds lingering down here around Dixon Entrance and up into Prince of Wales Island area, but maybe even some clearing again for the eastern Arctic coast, so those winds coming down. And then for the forecast for Wednesday, again, everything moving from south to north here with high pressure in over the central and eastern part of the state into the Yukon. Lots of sunshine with light winds for the southeast coast, light variable winds with sunshine here over the central and eastern part of the state. Weakening front here keeps it unsettled, breezy, but warm temperatures spreading northward on those southerly winds. So a mixture of precipitation all the way up across the Seward Peninsula, and that becomes just plain rain somewhere around Kuskokwim Bay southward as you link up with this next system here. Warm front rains and even a warmer surge of air coming northward with that. And this low will actually track right on up into the southeast and then northward over the eastern Bering Sea for Thursday and Friday. As far as temperatures go tonight, still 15 to 25 below for the north slope in the Arctic coast, 5 to 15 below northeast interior, and 0 to 5 below for the Seward Peninsula, St. Lawrence Island area, actually 3 above for St. Lawrence Island. Otherwise, right around freezing for the Pribilofs, upper 20s to near 30 for the Aleutians, mid to upper 30s eastern Aleutians, Alaska Peninsula, low south central Alaska, 15 to 25. In the teens for the Copper River Basin, and upper 20s, lower 30s, northern panhandle. Highs on Tuesday afternoon in the 40s here for the southeast coast, closer to 50 down toward the southern areas. South central Alaska, highs tomorrow, upper 30s to mid 40s for the afternoon highs, and well into the 30s here in the Tanana Valley around Fairbanks, mid 30s Copper River Basin. 30s all the way out to St. Lawrence Island, mid-30s for Nome for your highs, and right around 30 for Kotzebue now as warm air continues to spread northward out there. And then a little chillier back here to the west, so lower to mid-30s for the Aleutians, only upper 20s for Shimia. And then the lows for Wednesday morning, still dropping below 0 for the North Slope Arctic coast into the Yukon Flats, but single numbers here for the Koyukuk Valley down to about Tanana. 15 to 20 or 10 to 20 for the upper Tanana Valley 40-mile country there with right around 20 Copper River Basin. Lows mid to upper 20s, south central Alaska, lower 30s for Kodiak and Bristol Bay, 20s and 30s for the southeast coast. And that'll be followed by Wednesday afternoon highs, upper 30s north to near 50 south for the Panhandle, and upper 30s to mid 40s south central Alaska. In the 40s here, the Copper River Basin into the southern Kuskokwim Valley, 42 at Sleepmute, Nikolai at about 37, mid 30s for St. Lawrence Island and the Pribilofs, lower 40s for the Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula.